We skipped to the Philippines. Millie and I were married in Rochester in March 1931. No, December 1931. And we spent a year in Santiago, Chile, in South America. And we were sent back to the Philippines just in time for Bob, this is Bob Jr., to be born in Manila. We called him Sonny. Spelled with an S-U and an Y, because he was a very good baby. Here he gets his bath at the hands of an ama who was in training from a registered nurse, Filipina girl. And she's powdering. This is Bobby. We call him Sonny. Not much hair to brush. And his crib. And he had a mosquito netting, of course. The mosquito netting was pushed back to take the picture. You can see the netting on the left-hand side of the screen. Here comes Millie. Time for feeding. He got canned milk. Cows wouldn't thrive in the Philippines. There were too many flies and too hot. So we used canned milk as carnation, evaporated milk. Oh, this is the polo club. Millie going toward the swimming pool. Here is Sunday morning baseball. I enjoyed Sunday morning baseball very much. The wives and other people would sit around and watch the game. Fort McKinley playing the polo club. Here's the swimming pool. We enjoyed it. We lived. No, we were still living on Collier, Georgia, it was. Just to show the clouds. Bobby Gordon and Sammy Frank, 3 months old. The Franks were good friends, and they had a baby about the same time that we did. So we saw quite a bit of them at that time, but very shortly they moved down to Mindanao to a coconut plantation. And here are the 2 babies. They weren't strong enough to hold their heads up yet. Millie and Mrs. Frank. I don't know what became of them. They had a registered nurse still. We had a registered nurse only for a week or 2, but they still had it 6 weeks later. And the husbands were the big babies. Notice we were both wearing shorts. And they're leaving, they're going now. At 8 months, we moved to Pasay. We left Cali, Georgia, and moved out to a house not far from the polo club. In fact, there was only one house between us and the polo club. Well, Millie is trying to exercise the baby. She gets the exercise. Here, Sonny gets his exercise. Covered with a newspaper. That's good exercise for stomach and legs. See how he's growing? This was in our backyard near the polo club on Collier Robert. Collier Robert. And here's a little girl that belongs to our cook, what was the name of our cook? Vicente, and his little girl, and a neighbor girl. There was a family group with our servants. Vicente and Felicia, and I forget Vicente's wife was our washwoman by our mailbox. A typical Sunday with our neighbors, the LATTAS. We lived in a compound, two houses close together with a driveway in between them. We both had the same lawns and fenced around, so it was we had our own private playground. That's Kay Latta and their little baby. Here they are. Oh, getting ready to go over to the polo club. We just climbed the fence, went down to walked along the beach so we didn't have to go through the neighbor's yard. He was a judge. There they go down to the beach. There was only one house between us and the polo club and one house between us and the water. Manila Bay. That's a picture of Manila Bay. Apparently a native banca, a large one, walking along the beach. The highway was extended where that beach was, and now, so the beach has been moved out farther, picking up our tennis rackets. I guess I was playing with Mr. Latta. We called him Robin Latta. My tennis was only so-so. But there's the Manila Bay in the background. So we had ball boys, Filipino boys, to pick up the balls for us. Here is the polo club swimming pool, and there's Kay Latta. You could swim all year round, of course. In the rainy season, it wasn't as much fun. Sonny's first swim. They took him into the water even before his first birthday. The Lattas with us. Millie is holding Sonny. We had a Coca-Cola and afternoon tea. See the long dress that Millie is wearing? And one day she sat down, her chair was right over, today I'm 1 year old. She sat down in a chair that had been placed above an anthill. And before she knew it, the ants were climbing up her leg and biting. The ants were carnivorous. They would really take a nip out of your leg. And she was in the hospital for 3 days from the ants. This Sonny is 1 year old. And there he is with the cook's little girl and their second child. Hi, he's getting big and strong. Here they are playing in Manila Bay. Oh, the little puppy. Their shoes. This is Sonny's first birthday. So, of course, he has to have a cake. The camera was on a tripod, and I would start the camera and then walk over and get into the picture. Now, I think Sonny is trying to shut it off. Now, there he is on his first birthday. Now, I don't know, There's Bruce in the picture with the balloon. That's Bruce. I think this is Bruce's first birthday. Gee, we skipped a year and a half. There's Sally Day and Sonny with ice cream, chocolate sauce. And that is, Marquardt. That was Marquardt, Phil Marquardt Jr. Sally and Bob and Marquardt. Bruce had been born. Bob, Sonny, is holding Bruce. That's Bruce. Millie had dark hair. There's more of a brown at that, very dark in that picture. Glory be, Bruce's first birthday, September 35. Mm-hmm. And of course, Bob was about a year and a half old. There I come, home from work, I suppose, and pick up Bobby out of the screen, out of the swing. He'd like to ride. The two boys are. Bruce's first birthday. His blonde hair was almost no hair at all. It was platinum blonde. One candle for Bruce. You can't possibly blow it out, but you might put it. Sonny can't wait. Well, Bruce is enjoying it anyway. I know, and you got it. Timing. There, you got it. You got the idea. And a couple of the neighborhood boys came in to play with Sonny. So Sonny had friends